All right, pulling a print. This was painted straight on with the paints and a brayer and nothing else. Let's see what happens. All right, friends, hello. This is Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and I'm going to show you how to do this type of jelly print. And then we are going to doodle on it with a black pen. And then we're going to color it with acrylic markers. Let's get started on this really fun project. This is an 8 by 10 jelly plate. I'm using just plain craft paint. This is acrylic craft paint. This is bright orange. And I'm going to put a few drops down here at the bottom. This is desert turquoise. This is kind of my watercolor. I am going to do this all in one go with all of the paints. This is playtime, and I am having fun. I'm going to doodle on some of, whoa, that was a lot in one spot. Let's move some of that around. See, look at that. You can do that. Don't be afraid to get your hands messy. It's okay. Then I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to do small drops of white around. I don't want to put too many big drops of white, but I want enough for the sky and enough for in the water. I'm just going to take a brayer, and I'm starting down here at the bottom. And look at that. I'm pulling this water down onto the beach. And I have very long hair, so my hair gets on there sometimes. Pulling that water down onto the beach. I want to straighten up my horizon line just a smidge, like that. Wipe my brayer off on just some newsprint. And now I'm going to come up here. And I'm going to get that sky going. There's a little bit of the orange from down on the beach. And I think that is pretty good. I might want to take just a smidge off in the middle. So I rolled my brayer off, and I'm just going to lightly kiss the brayer to the surface. To pull this print, I am just using inexpensive sulfite drawing paper, and I'm going to put it on here. Press this down, work it around. I'm not trying to be perfect with it. Ooh, this is working. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Sky, clouds, ocean, beach. I like this. Now, something I might do. Let's see. But I could just run over it, but I don't really want to. I think I like this. All kinds of pieces that I can do some doodling on. What I really like about this one, I love this abstract form. I want to try another one. And I'm really enjoying those colors. I do like that orange on the ground. So I'm going to put some orange down here and maybe get a little bit more orange this time. That desert turquoise works beautifully for the water. So I'm going to put that on again. Maybe I'll bring it up a little higher this time though. White. And these are all craft acrylic paints straight from the craft store. Get that white on there. I know there's a lot more paint on here than the official Gelli plate people do. You know, sometimes it's okay to, if I'm putting too much paint on and I waste a little bit, it's my paint. I can do it however I want, right? Grab my brayer, make sure it's, see, this is what the that's all I'm doing to clean. This is an old, let's see, looks like it was yeah, it was my retirement company and informationals that they send out every year. I'm going to go across. I'm going to work my sky a little bit this time. And because I have extra paint on here, yes, my brayer can get a little slippy. That is my choice. That is, look at that. Oh, lovely ombre. I'm going to run this off just a little bit, not perfectly. Run this back and forth. Run that off just a little bit, and now come down and run back and forth here. Like it? Turn that off. I just don't want those whoopsies lines in the there. Run that off. Just get a piece of paper, drop it on, smudge it down. And here we go. Real time. We didn't do any extra drying or anything like that. Oh, wow. This almost looks like one of those AI abstracts, but you saw it being made live in front of you, where the clouds are like coming up out of the water and the clouds are dropping down from the sky. We've got this awesome beach. These make great collage papers, papers to cover notebooks with. Stick around if you want to see some doodling on these. All right, friends, I'm going to do some doodling. I was practicing on one of my prints and from the gel printing that we just did. And now I'm going to show you how to doodle some rocks on the beach. And since the rocks are kind of see-through, I went ahead and tested these acrylic markers by Arrtx. This is not a sponsored part of the video or anything like that. These are just markers that I bought from Amazon. The link is down below in the more information box. And the other things I'm going to be using, I have a Uniball Vision Elite pen and a Zebra PM701 steel body permanent marker, and a Signo Uniball UMN 153 pen for extra highlights. Oh yeah, that's gonna work just fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the Vision Elite pen, and I'm going to make a stack of these oblong, sort of rectangular, sort of circle-ish triangles, soft, rounded shapes, and I'm going to stack them so that it feels like they would stay in the stack if I walked away from it. Even that little one on top feels like it will stay on top, and that's all I'm going to do. So I'm starting in the corner, and I'll keep this sitting over here so that you can have my reference, what I'm looking at while I'm working on this. So I start in the bottom corner and I work my way out and up. And they don't have to be exactly the same as this one. This is just what I did when I was doodling my first time. And this is a fun way to use those prints because, oh my gosh, I printed a bazillion jelly prints and I want to use some of them. So I'm going to go ahead and be brave. Just be brave. Make a mark. They don't have to match perfectly. If you're off a little bit, it's okay. I'm going to make another mark, another rock that's sort of swinging up around. Now, I'm not overlaying these rocks. I'm having them butt up against each other. And I say there's a little rock down here, and then I'm going to put another rock. Ooh, that rock won't balance there. So what do I need to do? I need another rock. And maybe another rock right there. Oh, and I could even go one more right here. Balance another one. Super simple, easy shapes. Now, I want to start stacking up higher, right? I think I'm going to go right above this one and put a rock. Now, this rock is just sort of floating up there. It needs something to hold it in place. So I'm going to say there's another rock. Ooh, that one's still balanced out in the world. So I'm going to put another one. Ah, now things are starting to stack up and they're going to stay in place. I might even put a small rock right there and another one right here. Have fun with it. Just, enjoy the process. I am going to be putting, I want another little one right there. I can keep adding more and more rocks. What I'm going to do is continue. Now, this space right here, this is a really big space that's going to be dark, but I think I'm going to slip a pebble inside. Yeah, it's that easy. I think there's going to be another rock right here, which is going to give me a place for this rock to balance into. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Maybe another rock that's actually here for a rock that's on top, like that. I can even go ahead and put the little cherry on the top. That rock. Now I feel like this space right here is a little bit too open. I think I'm going to give it a long skinny rock right here. That looks good. Look at that. I'm adjusting my rocks as I'm going along. You don't have to do these rocks perfect the first time. And, if you end up not liking the shape of a rock, I don't really like the shape of that rock. I think I'm going to make another rock right inside. Right here. Now my rocks are not all touching each other and I want them to feel like it's all part of one pile of rocks. So what do you get? You get the shadows in there next. Oh, but I do want to add another rock right there. I'm going to take that permanent marking pen now, and wherever there's a spot inside, like right there, I'm going to just start coloring it in. filling in those empty holes, or those voids, filling in the voids. If you are done with figuring out this part, go ahead, scroll forward on the little bar down here at the bottom of the video and slide up. Go to the next step. And I will have them all, the little chapter marks. There it is. That's the word I was going for, chapter marks. If you're getting value out of this video, go ahead, click that like button. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more doodling on this type of a thing. More doodling on my Gelli plate stuff. If you want to see more Gelli plate printing, I want to start exploring some of the tools in my cupboard. You can do this with a Sharpie pen. You could do this, you know, any broad tip permanent marking pen. You could do this with an alcohol marker. Alcohol marker writes on top of the ink, or the paint. Alcohol marker ink writes on top of acrylic paint. So go for it. Fast forward if you're tired of just watching me color in these spaces. Why did I make so many rocks? Because it looked cool. That's why. So if you don't want to have to color in so many voids, don't make so many rocks. Now I am going to outline around these outer edges of my rocks. Just makes them stand out a little bit more. I like that. I am going to go in and give myself a few little lines to sort of guide me. I'm not going to color every single rock in completely. I like the way the lines sort of automatically showed up on some of these rocks, but I don't want them to all end up looking, you know, I don't want them to look like they're all printed together or just using the same background. So I will change some things up. I will adjust how my lines go on. It's still using some of those colors though, like that. And I'm going to say this one, it's going to get like that. Ooh, I like that doodle. Kind of making these U shapes going around. And just doodling on this. So I think I am going to fast forward here. As I'm doing this doodling, you can, you know, slow it down if you want to see more, but basically I'm just making simple repeated lines in a shape, giving them a little bit of a curve so it feels like the rock might be, might be turned sideways, it might be curving. There's going to be some shadow put in with the acrylic markers. So I think, I will pull those acrylic markers out here in just a minute, and we will get decorating with those. But to start, before I do that, I am going to finish getting these all patterned up. So fast forwarding with some music, and I hope you'll meet me back here for the next step. I think that's good. I'm not real happy with how that turned out right there, so I think there's going to be some extra painting right there. That's the thing about doing this with your acrylic paint pens. I'm not sure, I don't really have very many like orangey tones, so I'm gonna grab my yellows and kind of the pinkish tone. I've got my grays and the white. I think that's probably all we're going to need. I want to fix this rock. So to start off with, I'm going to just see about bringing this paint pen right in over that. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. So let's see here. Maybe I'll bring some of that color down. Let's just bring this rock together, right? Bring all the same colors in. Now I'm going to use a wet finger and I'm going to smush some of this Smoosh is a technical term, getting your finger wet and pushing it around. That's my technical term for smoosh or smooge. Now, that is coming through a little bit, and that doesn't bother me. The pen, the permanent marking pen coming through there isn't bothering me because it has been knocked back a little bit. I've got some water right here, and I'm just going to get my finger wet and see if this will smudge a little bit. Ooh, this is not reactivating on top of the acrylic paint so much. A little bit. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, that pink is really bright. Before it gets stuck on there too much, although you can use it kind of like a highlight. Ooh, that's kind of fun. You know, rocks can have lots of colors in them. I'm working on top of the paper now that's been wet down just a little bit. You don't want to rub hard, because if you rub hard, you're going to start peeling your paint up and your paper. Oh, that's fun. While it's still wet, you can mush it around. Smudge it. Smoosh that like that. That's fun. Well, it's kind of another pinky color, but it's more shadowy. Maybe we'll bring that in. See, this is just coloring in and doodling more with the acrylic pens, the acrylic paint pens. Oh, that's fun though. That is fun. I am going to grab, where's that white? I think I'm going to put some white in some of those extra lines that I had there. Maybe put a few dots coming down. Oh wow, I like that. That is fun. Keep my colors out forward. I'm not mashing this tip down. I'm just touching. So let's go ahead. Maybe grab the yellow. And sort of blend this yellow in on top of the orange, just a little. I'm not trying to remove all of my color that I put down underneath. You know, the print is giving it lots of texture. One of the things about putting the brighter color on, though, is that it is going to lift this up just a little bit. Bring it forward just a little bit. I want a little bit of water on that. So I can push some of that color around. Some of the pens are more reactive than others. It's not going to hurt it if there's a little bit of water on the surface. And it does allow me to move those colors around. One of those tips and tricks you came for, right? And a bit of that white. Like that. And then I think I'm going to give it a few little black dots. Oh, that's fun. So now all I'm going to do is keep coloring. And so I think what I'll show you here is just a sped up version, clipping through between all of the rocks. But this is just me having fun and enjoying the process. All right, so I got a random stripe of color up here. So I'm just gonna fix it. And I'm almost done with this whole thing. So, you know, I can fix that part right there. And I think what I'll do is just add another little rock and another little rock. And it fixes it. There. Look at that. So quick and easy to fix. I love it. I love it. I hope you enjoyed this project. It was so much fun to do. If you do this, please share with me on social media. I want to see your artwork. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, so share at Deliberately Creative your fun doodling on Gelli print pages, and I'm probably going to finish this one at some point because this one being done already is making me sad. I want to do some more. So I'm going to go ahead and sign this with my little signature that I do. I hope that you will go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. Oh, and the links for all of the materials that I used are down below in the more information box. And let's get out there and do something creative. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.